We're discussing today about generosity. Listen, a person in life, he writes over, this is a very, very famous, he says that there's three types of generosities what you can do. One is, you can be generous with your money. One is, you can be generous with your physical, like helping. And one is, generous with your wisdom. You got that? There's three generosities. One is, okay, guy has money, he gives money, he's generous, very good, it's amazing. Then he can be generous with helping others, that's with your body. And then there's generosity where you're teaching others, that's with your wisdom. Good? Is that clear, Jonathan? Good? Now he quotes each three, and now he says that what you should just know, Shematana kegon stakal la'aniyim yirei shamayim oto matana hi matmon safun shenendet b'reichut yamim achi omed kol yamim. Says when a person gives charity, this stands for you for eternity. Meaning, when you give a charity check, you're really depositing money in your own bank account. You know, you have a savings. You have a savings. You're giving tzedakah. Okay, the beracha stays with you for eternity, forever. Like it says, tzedakah tatzil min mavet. Tzedakah, a lot of big things happen when a person gives tzedakah. And a person has to mitchazek himself on it. You have to be strong on giving, on making sure to give. You know, my father-in-law, Allah Shalom, used to have a line. He said, you give. Alright? When it hurts, you give more. Yeah? Sometimes it hurts. Another check. How much? It hurts? Now you double down. Yeah. Alright? That's what it is. Now, it says, Vezeu, this is the kavanah of Shlomo Melech. Shalach lachmecha al pnei hamayim. Throw your bread into the waters. What do I mean? Throw your money into the waters. Why? Ki berov hayim timtzaenu. Because eventually it'll come back. You'll eventually see more and more coming your way. Right? It's like a boomerang. Exactly, like a boomerang. You throw a boomerang? You know what a boomerang is? Yeah. You take a boomerang, it comes back to you. Tzedakah, same way. You give tzedakah, what happens? It boomerangs back to you, the tzedakah comes back to you. That's what it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. You see, that's the way it is. Pshat pasuk says, "Mi shezoreach chesed, kotzeh tevuah, u'mi yesh bo mezazot mitasher." He says, a person who has this character trait becomes wealthy. How? The pasuk says, "Yesh mefazer v'nosaf od." A person that scatters his money, v'nosaf od, Hashem will send more. You shovel your money out of the bank and you're giving tzedakah. What do they do? Shamayim. Okay, we got to refill. Huh?
Can't keep this bank.
True or not true? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Yeah, this is the pasuk it says. Yesh mefazer. You scatter your money. V'nosaf od. Hashem replenishes again and again. But get your hand used to giving. It might be hard. Sometimes person, there's a famous Rambam. There's a famous Rambam we know. Let's give you an example. A guy has $100. I'll give you an example. A guy has $100. So you give $100 to one person, but like a 1 to 100 people. So a guy, sometimes he can't give. So then he's training himself from giving again. 100 times he's giving, his hand gets used to it, he'll start giving. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because you have to build the muscle of tzedakah. You have to build the muscle of tzedakah. Give and give. You have to build that muscle of tzedakah. Build the muscle. Right? Build it. You'll see more and more. Yes, especially a person giving maaser. It says that what? Another pasuk. Pizar natan le'evyonim, tzidkato omed la'ad. The tzedek, the tzedakah stands forever. Right? Now, over here you have to understand that so this is all about nedivut. Now he says, not only do you have to give, if let's say you have a person that you know, right? But you have the funds to give. The guy comes, you know the guy is poor, and you know the guy, he's down and out, and you know the guy, and like he calls you, tells you, you make believe he doesn't exist. You make believe like, so he says, this is kilu uved avodah zarah. If you don't have it, you speak to him. Listen, I wish I could help, this, that. You understand? But if you could help, give him something, you know? So, this is what it is. If you give to poor people in a bad way, like let's say, you know, already, yeah, take it already. איבד זכותו, ואפילו נתן הרבה. You hear what our Chotz Tzadikim says? It's wild.
But he still considers that giving.
He says, איבד זכותו, he lost his זכות, ואפילו נתן הרבה. וטוב ממנו פנותיו בספר בני אבות. Better to give him smaller, in a good face, than more in a bad face. A poor man's coming, you know this poor man needs, this poor man. Come on, you're always asking me already. Enough bad. Take the $100, get out of my face. Better you gave him $1, say, here he goes $1. You hear that? You hear that or no? Because in life you have to understand there's feelings behind it, tzedakah. And you think the guy wants it, you think the guy wants your charity, when the way you give it, if you give it like that. That's what he's saying. V'tov she'iten kodem she'yishal. Really the best thing is, tzedakah is, you know the guy's about to ask you. You know every Pesach the guy asks you, know that? So you know every Sukkot the guy asks, every Shavuot the guy. Better to give the guy before he comes to you. Because that already feels good, it feels different. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? It's like different. Next. He says there used to be minhag, how there was like poor people around, like nobody knew. And the person that had the money, he would take a bag of money, I would just throw it behind him. So he doesn't know who he's giving to. He knows there's poor people over here, right? He knows there's poor people over here. Let's say a small town square, nobody's involved. Let's say they say, everybody go into the room. You need money like that. We're going to bring the people that have bags of money. They come bags of money. They blindfold him. They put a blindfold over him. Say, okay, throw the money. Now they take him out. He doesn't know who gave to him. Good or bad? It's very good because now they're not embarrassed. They're not embarrassed. Understand? Yeah. I remember I had somebody, he gave me a few grand. One time, this was a while back. And I remember I took the money and then the guy, it was a true story. I don't know, for some reason, it was a little weird. But he said, I want to come with you to give it to the poor person. I said, okay, come. I called him the poor person. And it was like a nice amount. It was like a few $1,000s. So I called him and said, I'm coming now, and the person that's donating, he wants to come, he wants to meet with you. This guy told me, Rabbi, please, I'd rather not take it. And I know this guy needed the money badly. He'd rather not take the money and not get embarrassed. He'd rather not take the money. He needed it. He says, you're going to embarrass the living daylights out of me. I don't want to know. Nobody knows in the community that I need it. I'd rather not. The guy eventually gave me the money. He said, just give it to him. Okay, fine. He heard it over the phone on the speaker. He's like, whoa. He doesn't know who he is. And this guy doesn't know. He's not even from the community. The guy who was giving is not even from the community. But still, there's embarrassment. Understand? It's an embarrassment. You got to be careful. Understand? There's all ways of doing things. Right? So now he says, Gdolat tzedakah is so great, shemagad the kisei kavod. Tzedakah gets to the kisei kavod. A few dollars that you give me, your dollar goes to tzedakah kavod. Right? Gdolat tzedakah shabbat yidus baruch hu l'shmeir b'yom adin. Gdolat tzedakah she'im melaveh l'oso b'shat v'irato. Gdolat tzedakah l'kan yidbach adam b'dan yidvut shegomer l'vot ha'ele. He says, therefore, he says that you should be involved with it. And now he goes on to explain that there's also generosity besides tzedakah, being generous with your money to do mitzvot. Sometimes you have a guy, he gets the craziest car, craziest suits, craziest house, craziest. Comes to the mezuzah, give me the cheapest mezuzah. The cheapest, no, what do you have, three gates? Your marble, you're able to get from Italy and from this, from that. But your mezuzah, you're bargaining with the guy. Saying, oh wait, why so much? $100, why so much? You didn't bargain with the Italian guy when you went to go ask him for a piece of marble, but the Jewish guy is selling the thing. Mitzvot, you don't want to do it like that. No problem, mitzvah, no problem. It's mitzvah. I want to pay. The other guy told me he's buying tefillin. So the guy tells him, listen, there's different levels of tefillin. Which level you want? So mitzvah, you want to go the highest quality of the mitzvah. That's what he writes over here, right? You want to try again. If the guy can't afford it, the guy can't afford it. We're talking about a guy. The guy could afford it, right? So that's what we're saying over here. Fine. He says also you should be generous with helping. A lot of times you'll see people in the shul, everybody's helping, moving chairs, this and that. And this guy's sitting down, sipping his coffee. Everybody's helping. The guy is not helping. There was a time over here, the other day, we were like moving books back and forth, this, that was like 7 guys over here. There was one guy, a younger guy, but I was like, listen buddy, I'm sweating, literally I was sweating. It was like a big thing. You remember downstairs, we had all the books back and forth. You saw how neat it was? Don't think it was easy. It was boxes of boxes. I'm literally sweating. I'm going like that. Right? And one guy's just relaxing. I said, what are you doing? Everybody's helping out, and come on, like move it. You have to help with your body, right? Right? He says, pray for people. Be happy when they're happy. Go visit the sick. They're not feeling well. It means a lot. When somebody's not feeling well, and you go visit the person, it means a lot. Why? Your body is going to do a mitzvah of Bikur Holim. Do it. People don't realize what this mitzvah is. It's a real mitzvah. I remember this past year, my leg. You guys remember my leg broke? So I remember I was like this, I was that. You know how happy I was getting like Baruch Hashem, non-stop. My kids like, wow, Dad, how many visitors you have? Every day. Sharim and Hanarbi, they had more people. Yeah, the Shekhinah is on the person's head. That's why you can't sit near his head, because Shekhinah is right there when a person's sick. That's what it is, a real thing. But besides that, for the person feels good. People care about him. People realize about him. Yeah, but Rabbi, it's in Maimonides. He's in NYU. He's in. Okay, go visit him. Take time out. Go visit the guy. He's your good friend, no? He's your good friend. No, Rabbi, I have work. I'm not missing my work. And then, okay, after work, before work, what? Can't visit him? There's no time in the world that you can visit him? Sunday, no, Rabbi, Sunday I have basketball league, I can't. The guy's sitting, his friend's sitting in the hospital, they have a basketball league, I can't. I'll go tomorrow. Go visit the guy. You call him, it's a real thing. Right? He says, now the third thing is what is with your wisdom. Meaning what? If you have the ability to help people out, whether advising them, some people are very good advising people in business. You have people that are very experienced, 30 years in the business, they have experience. So, he could take his time out. Guy calls him up, I'd like to sit with you, I want to know how I can improve my business. You have wisdom with it. Spread your wisdom out. It's a good thing. I'll never forget, I got a phone call from a young rabbi. He was just starting off. I'll never forget. And he said, Rabbi, what should I teach these boys? And I told him, A, B, do A, B, and C, and is that. He tells me, wow, nobody ever gave me that advice. How did you know? I said, because you're doing the same thing that I've been doing it for many years. So therefore, I know what people connect to like that. So therefore, he's saying, thank you for spending the time and helping me. What is it? It's just advice. Advice that you're giving to people. And they want to know. So you're in business or whatever you're doing, give them that business. You're in Amazon or something like that. So you have experience. You go this, that. Right? So the guy's not selling what he's selling at all. Okay, I don't understand. If he's selling what he's selling, he's going to beat me in competition. Okay, I don't know. You teach his own. There was a guy, there's a big philanthropist in the community, Shalom. Back in the day, you guys know the story? Back in the day, it was handkerchiefs was the biggest item. Before tissues was even created. Back in the day, every single person had a handkerchief. There was no tissues. Well, you think Kleenex just came? Just a few years they came Kleenex, right? Which one do you use? Pinos, right? Right? They just came. Tissues is just, it's a brand new item, tissues. Hey, don't like, before what they use? Handkerchief. Handkerchiefs. We walked around, he took a handkerchief. Remember that Wednesday night we had a guy with a handkerchief? You remember that guy Wednesday night handkerchief? You remember? No. He has a handkerchief. He has a handkerchief, that's what it was. What happened? People in the community needed to, what's it called? They needed to start a business. So they came to him. This is a very high level. I'm not saying this is a very high level. They came to him. They told him, "Can you help us?" He says, "What are you doing?" He says, "We need contacts and things like that. So what are you selling?" Handkerchiefs. And he's selling handkerchiefs. No problem. I'll help you. No problem. Says, "I'll call some factory up. How many you need? Boom, boom, boom. Here's my manager of this factory. Help him out. He has to ship to this. Help him out." Imagine. It was a famous story, by the way. It wasn't like a. It was a famous story. Say, what? How can you do that? He says, you think I'm going to help somebody else and I'm going to lose out? Hashem's going to punish me because I'm helping somebody else? You think that? You really think that? Hashem's going to punish me because I'm helping somebody else to stand on his feet? The guy needs parnasah. He has a family to help. What? Because I'm helping him out, so therefore he loses? This is the way he thought. This is generosity in your wisdom. This is generosity. And kol sheken, what? He says, with your wisdom of Torah. Person knows Torah. Person knows this, that. Don't be selfish. Oh, now you know Masechtot, you know this, you know that. A person could say, okay, I'm good. Now I'm going to go teach. If I teach, what happens? I'm going to lose out because I can learn more. No. Go out and teach. Help. You know this Masechet? I want to share my knowledge. Rabotai, this is about generosity. Three things. Like we said, tzedakah, helping with your body, and third thing is what? Is wisdom of Torah and anything else with your wisdom.